YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host TKK and we are back with another video, guys. It has been a while since we've done a sit down discussional video, so let's get right to it, man. Let me just start by saying thank you for the support. I really do appreciate everybody who has subscribed, left comments, left likes, shared, helped me to promote my brand, and we're going to continue on with it, right? This is one of the few videos that will be the last bit of content that you'll get. It is December the 16th, 23 as I'm recording this. Had a good day at work. And, I came home with a couple of things on my mind, and I'm going to structure this how these normally are done. So we'll have some timestamps down in the description. Feel free to take advantage of those timestamps as they may get you to a bullet point. I make these kind of videos not just to hear myself talk while I do watch my content. I don't believe there's a decent content creator out there that wouldn't watch their own content, right? But the most important piece is the engagement. That's 100% all that matters with these types of videos. So comments are on as long as they're respectful. Please engage and let's talk about some things, okay? So let's just get into a couple of hot topics, right? CES is almost upon us, right? It is in January and I am fully booked and I got my hotel and I'm really excited for this experience. It has been absolutely wild, the amount of emails that I've received from the official CES days. I have been awarded an opportunity to go as a press media for my brand, AllAboutTKK. And so I will be looking to cover as much about this event as possible. I will be shooting a lot of vlog style content, and the efforts that I'm going to make is to edit as much content as I can on the fly so that I can spoon feed it out. So that week is going to be pretty dynamic and pretty explosive. I'm also planning on going live for the few nights that I'm going to be there. So whenever I arrive, I'll go live that night. And then day one, I'll go live that night. Day two, I'll go live that night. Just to check in with you guys. We have a whole new business rhythm we're going to follow for 2024. And not to be on some New Year's resolution, new year, new me type of jazz. But I really do just want to make sure that I am putting forth my best efforts to give you my best piece of work that I can, right? So I just want to continue to develop. But I'm excited for CES. There's so many different startup companies as well as well-established brands that will be in attendance there. And it's just like, man, I'm really excited for that. Add to the fact that for these last 2 years that I've been doing this content creating thing on YouTube, I've met many people, in the space of what I do. And I'm really excited to meet those guys. I really am. Anybody that'll be there. There's some people from like Sony I want to meet. So it's not just like content creators, but there's actual influencers or people that are, in companies, that I've had conversations with, who I've read things from Sony, from other companies, and it's just like I'm really excited to be able to try to take this in. So the event is going to be pretty massive for me. It'll be my first time, hopefully not my last time, but I want to take it in and accept it as a life-changing event altogether, right? So if there's anything in specific you think you might want to see, if you happen to research any of that, be sure to tune in with me, let me know, and I'll do the best that I can to cover it. But it is going to be a selfish space event. I'm really going to be filming a lot of it for myself, and I will be sharing it with you guys, but I'm so excited. It's so much I want to take in for that thing. But yeah, that's going to be coming again. That is January the 7th and 8th, I believe. If not, it's the 8th and 9th. Forgive me. Days are just running one to the next, but I got flight booked. I got hotel booked, and I'm ready to go. So I'm also going to be kind of vlogging, like I said, talking about my fashion sense and everything. I got some custom shirts made for it, and, just looking to go and have myself a good time. All right, man, I got to give you guys the lowdown on what's been going on from my optics. I'm subscribed to a lot of the YouTubers. that do TV stuff. There's some new guys that I'm starting to subscribe to, and so I'm looking at their rhythm and just trying to check out how they provide, their content, the consistency, and so forth. So we're going to talk about the general run of the mill here. First topic, I guess we'll go quantum. Since I've been doing these videos, this is like the third podcast style sit down, if you call that, of these videos that I've created for you all to discuss and for us to engage. And since I've been doing it, Quantum has been covering the Sony A95L. I believe he's returned the TV now. His most recent upload talks about, the reason why it's overrated. And so, I have to respect the opinion. It seems like a very calculated video, and all the videos that came before that too. Pretty good series, garnered plenty of views, and the totality of the message is pretty much, he thinks the TV is overpriced. And I really still see the review as one where it's like, his opinion is just kind of like going against the grain, where as to other professionals, if you will call them, seem to think that the TV is great. It almost seems as if it's like, kind of meshing in, speaking on behalf of what the people may want, and also, taking a moment to address kind of like what the mainstream media or the content creation media space, how they view that TV. The A95L, I can tell you just as a general consumer, is absolutely phenomenal TV. No TV is without its flaws, and there's a great deal of content that Quantum missed in his discoveries with this TV. There's, I've followed pretty much all of it. I've seen pretty much all of it. Some videos I might have watched, maybe 80-90% of it, but you kind of get the gist. And it was kind of difficult to watch the series in totality, just based on the fact where he just kind of like, it seems like he couldn't really mask what his agenda was. And when I say agenda, I don't mean that to seem like there's any malice to that, right? But it just kind of seems like the intention behind the purchase was obviously to kind of rent the TV, and then to just kind of deliver this truth, if you will, about, hey, well, everybody says this is a great TV. Let me, kind of, dissect and figure out the things that are not so great with it, right? And, at some point he brought on like his older Sony TV. And so, just to kind of compare like where motion was and where it is now. I think with things like that, we have to consider that we're years apart, and we're technology. The technology jump has since just gone, to a different direction. One thing that I like to notate with the A95L is its most close competitors are going to obviously be the G3 and the S95C. And depending on the size and the time frame, the lottery of what you buy from the 90C, it's also going to be there too, because more or less it's an S95C. But when you talk about some of the advantages of the S95C, which I'm actually in front of, right? I have it on the wall, 77-inch, as a content creating tool for me to be able to game, for me to be able to broadcast and use it kind of the way that I am now. And it's not without its flaws either. Coming in $500 cheaper than the 95L. A lot of the features that you may see kind of sort of as an advantage on the S95C to the A95L don't tend to work as well as they should, right? So like in his recent video, he talked about, like 144 hertz being something you get from Samsung and you don't from Sony, but you pay more for Sony. 144 hertz does not work the way that it's intended to work fluidly on the S95C. Now, if you want to bring that in like as, a collective piece for Samsung, because 90C obviously can do it too. But it just seems like when you put the highest tier TV that Samsung has up against the A95L, I feel like the A95L is just a clear winner. The other piece to the talking with his delivery, and this seems to be the truth with a lot of other people, obviously the A95L, just like the A95K last year, is not the best value. It's not the best bang for the buck TV. It's definitely not that. So if you're on the side of wanting to get in my opinion, what the best TV is. You get the A95L, but you wait until you get it on sale, because in 55 and 65 inch for most retail chains, it's gone on sale already. The 77 inch hasn't seen a reduction, but you know, if you really, really feel like you want that, you want to cascade with that large size of what this TV is, you wait for that. But he's pretty much covered that. That's kind of been, you know, the consistency on his page recently has been with the A95L, comparing it to C1, comparing it to S95B, comparing it to his old AG OLED. And so, you know, now his most recent videos back talking over the S95B playing and just kind of, you know, comparing the two. I don't feel like S95B is in the same category at all, outside of being the obvious, it's a quantum dot OLED. But, you know, that's my opinion. I actually have the S95B, a second one, behind me. That's what that TV is next to my cabinet. I'll card that video in if you haven't checked that out. But that's what we've been having going on there with Quantum TV. Let me know what you think. All right, man, I was actually really excited, and I don't mean any malice in how I'm going to deliver this, but I didn't know if there was something wrong, and maybe there is. So I really don't want this to come off the wrong way. With Max, the you know, home theater streamer. I was watching, catching kind of a clip of Tech with KG. He's one of my favorite YouTubers that I do like in this space of doing the kind of content that I make. And so, you know, he had Max on his channel there, kind of like I don't know, man, kind of like a Whisper Status and a FOMO, if you will, you know, like it's like kind of a partnership thing. Like when Tech with KG does his streams, like, you know, like when he was just making the run last year and everything, it was just like, you always seen Max, right? And so I hadn't seen Max, and I hadn't seen any uploads, because I am also subscribed to him too on his channel. And so I was personally starting to, you know, just worry. I mean, when I see people are very consistent at doing something, or at least enough to where, you know, we're seeing them regularly and you don't see them, I mean, just, I think it's human nature to just be concerned and wonder what's going on. Not that I'm saying that there's something going on. I'm not saying I know that there is, but I want to say that it was really nice being able to see Max and Tech with KG put on their show and have their talking points. And I just, that's one of the things about community that I just love so much. Like, I love to engage with people, and I feel like, you know, that's just a part of what is missing. And this is what I'll take you back to the first transition in this video, talking about CES. The biggest part about CES, outside of me, you know, utilizing it as an experience, an eye-opening experience, is for me to be able to have an opportunity to build relationships with people, for me to be able to learn more, for me to be able to get around people that can push me to be better, for me to be able to get around people that can influence me, for me to be able to get around people that can motivate me, right? That I can possibly formulate relationships with, right? And so hopefully I'll be able to see Tech with KG, Whisper Status, and FOMO. These are three individuals that should be at CES, and I look forward to getting photos, doing brief interviews and things of that sort. You know, and like I said, it's all just in the good space of just trying to grow and develop as a community. But I'm really happy to see that. I hope I can see a lot more with Max and Tech with KG. I have done one stream with a group of them. It was actually Max, Tech with KG, and Whisper Status. I had got in Tech with KG stream one time, and that was a pretty cool experience, man. I like to get into doing something like that regular. I'm actually going to be right now, like I said, a business rhythm for me to follow with my YouTube channel, so you guys will see a lot more consistency. Like, I made I believe I did over 300 videos this year, and that was a goal of mine. Even though I didn't hit, like, I didn't break out as a popular entity the way that I thought I was going to and that I really wanted to. But, you know, I feel like I helped push others to do what they needed to do. And I feel like I stamped my name in the consistency bar where it needs to be, as like, yeah, he's a person that does this kind of content. But one success I did have was managing to get the 300 uploads. I hit that, and I was really excited about that, man, because, you know, I almost said I wanted to try to do a video a day, but I couldn't do a video a day. But, you know, I got to the point where I was posting a lot of videos for this year. So there was some great things there. I'm ranting now, but I'm happy to see Tech with KG and Max doing anything again. All right, man. So let's take a little bit of time and talk about next year. Let's dive a little bit deeper. We know we got CES that's coming at the beginning of the year. This YouTube channel is going to be 100% absolutely tech influenced. Okay. We're going to continue on with the brand of AllAboutTKK, and that really was designed for me to be able to, let me back up a little bit. For those of you that don't know, I started YouTube back in like 08, 09, and I used to have a Street Fighter channel. Like I played Street Fighter 4. I played it online competitively a lot, challenged a lot of people, whooped a lot of ass all the time. Like some of the better players that came out of the United States came under the tutelage of playing, me in that game during those times. And I had a great time doing that. I felt like I put on the best show from a Street Fighter 4 channel perspective back in that time frame. And so that channel got up to about 7,000 subscribers, and I got rid of that channel. I completely deleted that channel. What happened was, as soon as I deleted that channel, like that very instance, when I deleted that channel, I made this channel. And so this channel has kind of sat dormant for all these years up until 2 years ago when I decided to make this kind of content. Now, the one opportunity that I had with that channel that I felt like, I couldn't not do Street Fighter videos. Like I felt like I always had to do, something playing video games, right? And I made the effort to try to kind of branch things off. I didn't really understand YouTube as a business. The channel wasn't monetized. I wasn't making any money. With all those thousands of subscribers, I was getting a shit ton of views all the time. And so, if I had my mental together, I probably would be a successful entity here now, financially, like where I would like to be from this business. But it is what it is. Here we are, right? But what we've got with AllAboutTKK was literally the child of what my old channel was. And I just wanted a platform where I could just really be myself. And I'll continue to do that here, right? But there will be some segregation because I do have an older following that does still appreciate me taking time to play games. So I do have a gaming channel, and even it has undergone some different changes. At first it was gaming with TKK, then it was Street Fighter with TKK. So I'm going to rebrand that and position it so that it's ready to go 100% in the beginning of 2024. And so it'll be in the description. So right now, whatever it's called, it might change. But the point is, we will have some segregation there. There won't be any gaming content at all on this channel. There will be strictly product reviews and vlogs and that kind of content on this channel. There will be unboxings, fashion, and that type of stuff on this channel. But for those of you that might be interested in still seeing if the old hands got dexterity and stuff like Tekken 8, MK1, Street Fighter, or even a lot of single player games, I will be looking to push a gaming brand with my gaming channel 100%. So the goal is within the first 6 months on that gaming channel to get it monetized, right? We've got halfway to go. I tried to give away an arcade stick to build the engagement, but ultimately I felt like, let me keep it grassroots. Since that didn't work, maybe the Lord was telling me, hey man, don't give away yourself. Just do what you got to do and just let the people follow, right? It's kind of like on this channel, I'm just being myself. So my first goal is to get 1,000 subscribers on that channel, get it monetized, and then I'm going to have a flood of content just consistently going on both ends, right? But this channel, what we've got is we're going to have some product reviews coming off the CES tour. So there's going to be like a week-long flood of CES content, right? Like I'll get you the behind the scenes media stuff. We'll do the streams, and then we'll get to talking about all the different things that I've ventured, as well as giving you some vlogs just to give you kind of like some behind the scenes, what the experience was like, because I want that to motivate other people to want to do that too. And then from there, I've got like some arcade. I got an arcade stick obligation I got to get up. I got a monitor a company sent to me that I got a, obligation to fulfill. These were not products I paid for, but they were kind of gifted to me. With the intentions that, I would review them. And then we've got a slew of some other products that, we're going to be kind of like getting consistently to come down the pipeline, right? The difference is that I'm going to work to structure this where it's much more professional and much more enjoyable to you guys, right? So every video should have a timestamp. We should have great titles. We should have solid thumbnails to keep you engaged. But my only ask is going to be that you just do the best you can to support. You know, everything's not going to be your cup of tea, but I need to take my time that I'm investing and I need to steer myself in the right direction so that, you know, I'm getting the most out of what I'm doing here, because I'm not doing it for nothing. I'm doing it for an end game. I'm building a legacy. I'm putting myself in a position where if I don't see success with this thing, maybe my youngest son and youngest daughter can see success, right? So it's just a bigger picture for me, okay? So we've got a lot of great things that's going to be coming to the channel. I am going to hit you guys with a couple of more videos, 2, maybe 3 more. I don't know. You know how I'm kind of like sporadic and I just put videos out. You might get 2 or 3 more before the year is out, but I wanted to hit you off with this podcast. Now, we're also going to be taking this podcast thing more serious, where I'm going to format this where it's me sitting in a living room and it's straight up like podcast for real. So this is going to be a regular thing. So I do appreciate the support on the few episodes that we've done here. Just wanted to test the waters, and I feel comfortable in doing this, and we're going to keep this going. But that's what I got for this video, okay? Hopefully you guys are doing good. You know, it's the middle of the month. If you got family, man, try to enjoy your family the best way you can. I would say don't try to get too wrapped up in the logistics of what the holiday seasons are. Just try to enjoy your people, whether you can afford to provide them with gifts or not. Provide them with love and time spent. Provide them with, you know, a safe space to be able to talk to if they need. But outside of that, I do appreciate the support. We're going to continue to grow this platform together. I'm going to catch you guys on the next video. Peace, God bless. And as I always say, man, max love, we out.